Hi Summit Kids, Miss Heather here. Our big picture question is, what is worship? Well, worship is celebrating the greatness of God. And it's common to think that worship is when we go to church on Sunday morning and we sing songs, everyone sings songs together. But there's more to worship than that. It's really anything we do to honor and glorify God and show the world His goodness. We're going to learn more about that this month. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever eaten a strange food? Something you didn't even know what it was? Have you had something maybe from a different culture? Like one time I went to a restaurant and I was eating, we sat on the ground and ate with our hands. It was a Moroccan restaurant, it was really fun. But it was different and the food tasted different. It had different spices, different textures than I was used to. Well, today we're gonna find out a food that God provided the Israelites. They didn't know what it was, and they gave it a special name. So I hope you enjoy the story today.
Moses led God's people from the Red Sea to the wilderness. They were hungry, so they complained to Moses. "We wish we had died in Egypt. At least there was food to eat," they said. "You brought us out here to starve." But Moses had not brought them out there to die. God was in control. God's glory appeared in a cloud and said to Moses, "I've heard the Israelites' complaints. Tell them, in the evening you will eat meat, and in the morning you will eat bread until you are full. They will know that I am the Lord your God." Sure enough, quail came into the camp in the evening. In the morning, fine flakes like frost were on the ground. "What is it?" the Israelites asked. Moses said, "It is the bread the Lord has given you to eat." The Israelites called the bread manna, which means, what is it? God told the people to collect just enough to eat for the day. If they collected too much, the leftovers went bad. He told them to collect twice as much on the 6th day because the 7th day was the Sabbath, a day to rest. The Israelites did not always follow God's instructions. Sometimes they collected too much manna, and sometimes they tried to collect manna on the Sabbath day. God provided for His people, and He wanted them to trust Him and obey Him. The Israelites ate manna for 40 years, the whole time they were in the wilderness. The Israelites moved about the wilderness as God told them to do. One day they came to a camp with no water. "Give us something to drink," they told Moses. "Why are you complaining to me?" Moses asked. The Israelites had forgotten that God was with them and had a plan for them. "You brought us out here to die," they said again. "Lord, what should I do?" Moses cried out. God showed Moses a rock and instructed him to hit it with his staff. Water came out of it, and the people drank. It was a sign that the Lord was with them. God provided water and manna for His people's physical hunger. Later, He provided His Son, Jesus, for our spiritual hunger. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life," John 6:35. The Israelites needed bread to live for a little while, but whoever has Jesus will live forever.
When you think of New Orleans, Louisiana, what comes to mind? Busy streets, Hurricane Katrina, jambalaya, gumbo, and crawfish? New Orleans is not like a lot of other cities in the United States. Some might even call it different, but in a good way. People from all over travel to New Orleans for its fun and its food. But most of these visitors don't have the chance to get to know the real New Orleans. New Orleans might be different, but the people of this city are a lot like everyone else. They live in homes, enjoy their families, and work in their communities. They also have the same needs. They want to be loved, they want to have hope, and they need to know Jesus. Only about 1 in 10 people go to church in this city. That leaves 9 out of the 10 who don't. But everyone in New Orleans matters to Jesus, and they matter to missionaries too. That's why they are moving to New Orleans, to start churches and share the gospel with the people there. So the next time you think of New Orleans, think of this. And pray that everyone in this city will have the opportunity to hear the gospel and choose Jesus.
Hi there, I'm Pastor Kevin. It's time for Questions from Kids. Gianna from Portland, Oregon asks,
why did God's people want to go back to Egypt where they were slaves?
Oh, that's a good question, Gianna. One of the reasons that the people wanted to go back to Egypt where they were slaves is that they were afraid. You see, oftentimes when the Lord is calling us from one place to another, we often get fearful. And so one reason was they were afraid. Another reason was their hearts were just being disobedient. God had given them clear instructions, clear directions on where to go. And in their hard and disobedient hearts, they preferred to do what they wanted to do instead of what God wanted to do. Another reason is, I think they were kind of satisfied with Pharaoh's provisions, Satan's provisions. They had been taken care of good, so they thought. But what they did not know is that the Lord was faithful. They had forgotten about his faithfulness. So a fourth reason I believe, Gianna, is they simply forgot about how faithful and loving and kind the Lord was. So they were disobedient, they were hard-hearted, they were slightly satisfied with what Satan was giving them, and they did not trust the provisions of the Lord. We must remember all the things the Lord has done for us. It's often good to talk to our Sunday school teachers and adults and trusted family members and friends to kind of hear from them what the Lord has done for them. A question I have for you is, do you ever forget all God has done for you? How can you remember?
It's announcement time, and I'm so excited for this month. Next week, January 9th, come to church in mismatched clothes. That's right. Have fun with it. You can mismatch your socks and mismatch your pants and your shirt. Anything you want. It's going to be fun. And then at the end of the month, January 30th, it's our Sunday Fun Day. Yay! Mr. Illusion is coming to show us all his cool tricks. So I want you to make sure you tell your parents that you want to go and that you bring a friend, because you're going to get double the coins for bringing friends, and you'll get raffle tickets also. Well, our time together is over. I hope you have an awesome week. Bye.